Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to the last track of the day. I know you've had a big day before you, so I appreciate it. I'm sure John appreciates it too. It's my pleasure to introduce our SNT5 Getting GIPHY with it, creating branded gifts for your school that students will actually use by Jon-Stephen Stansel.
That's correct. Stansel.
Also note that this session is live streamed, and we also would like you to fill out the evaluation. About 30 minutes in, it will be available online for the session description on the website. We'll take it away.
Thank you so much. How's everybody doing today? Some really great sessions. Been a lot of fun. My name is Jon-Stephen Stansel. You can call me Jon-Stephen or JS. I do both. I'm John without an H and Stephen with, and it's always just difficult. It's easier to say just JS. I'm the digital media specialist at the University of Central Arkansas. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And please join the conversation on Twitter throughout this. You can. My handle is @JSStansel. Please use the tag SNT5. I have some tweets that are lined up and scheduled to hopefully hit at key times during my presentation. Fingers crossed, they may be a bit delayed or a bit early, but there's some supplementary information that you'll find on the Twitter feed, so feel free to follow along there. Just a little bit before we start, let you know I am Team Hard G. I pronounce it GIF, not GIF. Thank you. But for those of you who do pronounce it GIF, I don't want you to feel left out. We can have a conversation later. My background is in literature and linguistics, so I love to have that debate. And I have lots of references and data to back things up. But we can talk about that later. So why GIFs? Why do we use GIFs? And why in higher ed should we be using GIFs? I used to be against it. I used to be against GIFs and emoji, and I came around to them. And recently a book came out by Gretchen McCullough called Because Internet, Understanding the New Rules of Language. And if you are interested in linguistics and the internet, this is the book for you. I highly recommend it, but she states that we use emoji less to describe the world around us and more to be fully ourselves in an online world. We do the same for GIFs, right? GIFs allow us to be human online, right? They cut through some of that difficulty in communication in words alone or just still images and give us the tools to be ourselves when we are online. She continues to say that GIFs offer a way to indicate more active listening responses. Not just, I've seen this, but I hear you and I understand you. And from a university perspective, interacting with students, that is vital, right? It's so much more impactful to respond with a congratulations GIF than just hitting that like button and saying congrats. The way we use it, the student will post their acceptance letter and they will get a response from us with the bear saying congrats. And they don't know it's me in my tiny little office in Wingo Hall. They think the university has done this and this is special. The university has GIFs? Wow, they're kind of with it. This is something special. And sometimes we may not use a branded GIF. For this example, this was posted by a student who just graduated. She was emulating the final scene of the fantastic movie The Breakfast Club as Judd Nelson out on the football field, pumping her fist in victory. We replied, congrats, don't you forget about us. Any 80s kids in here, right? And with the GIF from The Breakfast Club. So with all of the GIFs that are out there, there are millions of GIFs that exist and are used, and there's a whole language of GIFs. Why do we need to make our own? Why not just use all of those GIFs that are already there? Well, first, it's easy to use branded content for your campus stakeholders, right? All those tiny little accounts on campus, right? By making these GIFs, making them readily available for them to use, they have easy-to-use branded content that they can pull up right there. They can use that GIF, a branded GIF, then a GIF that, we'll talk about this in a moment, that might be problematic. Then instead of posting a terrible flyer to promote it, say, I don't have an image, here's a blurry photo, you're giving them branded content for them to use. Also, you're promoting your brand rather than a film, a TV show, or whatnot, right? It's much better to get the name of your institution out there than, say, Arrested Development, which I love, but people know what that is. Also, GIFs can mitigate the risk behind pop culture GIFs, right? I'm always very choosy about when I am using a GIF from popular culture, about what I'm using and if it's going to be appropriate. Sometimes, I don't know where a GIF is from. It's the perfect GIF. It's the perfect GIF. It's the perfect expression. It has the perfect sentiment, but I don't know what movie it is. I don't know what TV star it is. I have no idea about the current state of boy bands, right? So we can use ones that are from our brand, and we kind of don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about running into a GIF that might milkshake duck. Are you familiar with the term milkshake duck? Okay, I'll read this. It comes from this tweet by Pixelated Boat. The whole internet loves milkshake duck, a lovely duck that drinks milkshakes. 5 seconds later, we regret to inform you the duck is racist. Right? So you've got a post planned, you've got the perfect GIF to go with it, you post it, and almost every day, celebrities are in some sort of turmoil, right? And you've posted something that the first response is, hey, that guy is horrible. Why did you use that GIF, right? So by having branded content that you can use, you avoid that. Now, if your university president or mascot becomes Milkshake Duck, you've got bigger problems, right? Also, sometimes not everyone gets the reference, right? I know every single word of the film Big Lebowski by heart, right? I've seen it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it. But a current student probably has not. And if I reply, the dude abides, I go, what are you talking about? WTF, what is this? Everyone interacting with your university can relate to what you have, what content you have. So you can be assured that they will be able to understand that response. I'll give you an example. Hopefully you guys will, this is High Ed Web, you'll get this GIF, but I posted this because I thought, hey, the new season of Doctor Who's starting, right? It's the first female Doctor Who, it'll be a great moment, let's post, hey, are you guys ready for the new season of Doctor Who? Nope. Right? I was so proud of this GIF, it totally fell flat. So we also have to remember when using pop culture GIFs, we don't know if our intended audience is going to get or understand that reference. Also, bottom line, engagement, engagement, engagement. We see so much engagement behind these GIFs. Not only when we post them, we see our audience post them, we see those smaller accounts post them, we see our president post them, and when we do use them, we get results. And I'll show you some data on that here in a moment. So that brings us to GIPHY, right? GIPHY is a website that hosts all of the GIFs. It's basically YouTube for GIFs, and it's also search-enabled. So when you search for GIFs on Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, text message, WhatsApp, Instagram story, most of the time you're utilizing GIPHY, right? So by having a GIPHY channel and getting it verified, all of your GIFs are then searchable there. So you can have a presence in all of these places. One of the things I've heard repeated in many sessions today is you don't have to be on a platform to have a presence on that platform. And I know there's a lot talk about TikTok, and we just kind of I even overheard someone in this room earlier saying, yeah, we're phasing out our Snapchat, right? We don't really have the time to be there. Well, you can still have a presence there and have your name there by having usable GIFs and GIF stickers that can be used on those platforms. So this is our GIPHY page for the University of Central Arkansas. And to be honest with you, Not a lot of people go to this page. I think I might be one of the only people who does. But this is where all of our GIFs are hosted. The majority of people find it through GIF search. But a few things by having a verified GIPHY account, and it is, so far, our experience at least, getting verified, and everybody that I've talked to, was incredibly easy to get verified on GIPHY. They want content creators. They want people creating original content on their channel. So it's kind of a two-step process. You first become get a brand GIPHY channel, you apply for it, and then once you apply for it, they've got an email address you can send to and just say, hey, I would like to be verified on GIPHY. We got our verification within a day. It was pretty quick. And every indication everybody that I've talked to has done the same, has had a pretty similar experience. You need to put some content on your GIPHY channel before you apply so they can examine it and take a look and see what kind of GIFs you're intending to create and what kind of content you're going to put there, and that will help your verification process. And once you are verified, then your GIFs will show up in the GIPHY search. So you can also create these handy GIF packs where we have packs for sort of organized GIFs for graduation, for finals week. We have our mascot GIFs in one pack. We have our presidential GIFs in another pack. And most importantly, you get data. Yay, data, right? Our GIPHY channel, we're just over, I have a toddler right now, so I'm still thinking in months rather than years. It's 15 months old. Our GIPHY channel is about 15 months old, and we've got about 32.8 million GIF views, all right? Caveat here, and big caveat, because I want to be transparent about our data, not just to you, but to my stakeholders, my president, my boss. When a GIF view is not the same as a GIF use, or when somebody sees a GIF that is shared. When you search UCA Bears on GIPHY or on Twitter or on Instagram and you see all of those GIFs come up, each one of those appearances is a GIF view, right? So that kind of jukes your stats a little bit, right? And gives you some numbers that are honestly a little falsely impressive, a little misleading. However, I do see this as indicating it's symptomatic of a successful channel, right? I don't really know the full extent of the use of our GIFs, but I can have a pretty good idea. At 32.8 million, they're getting used and they're getting seen, right? These are our top 5 GIFs. You'll notice they're all GIF stickers, and I'll talk in a little bit more detail about those in a moment. Making GIFs is incredibly easy, right? The GIPHY interface is a simple drag and drop, right? Take your video clip, drag it and drop it into GIPHY. You can set your duration and start time of the GIF so you can see how long it'll be before it repeats. At that point, you can be prompted to decorate your GIF. You can add text. They give you a few different text options from meme to kind of a 8-bit pixel. You can add little animations to it. And at first, I saw that and I was like, I'm never going to use this, right? This is so basic, right? I can do better, right? We've got a videographer who, can go in and add animated text and all kinds of stuff and get into, just dig into Premiere Pro and make something really cool. And he did one, and I was like, this doesn't look like a GIF. This looks really professional. This doesn't feel right. So we went in for a less polished approach on our GIFs, using the native tools, and we feel it gives it much more authenticity to it, and kind of speaks the GIF language. So that's just kind of a personal aesthetic, but honestly, when we tried to do too much, it didn't match the language that are used with GIFs. And then Tags, tags, tags. We tag our GIFs as much as we can. GIPHY will penalize you if you do spam tags, so if it's not related to your GIF, don't put a tag there. But anything students might use to find our GIF. So we kind of have a precarious position with our university's initials. We're UCA, so that's the University of Central Arkansas. That's also the United Cheerleaders Association, which have their own GIPHY channel and GIFs. There's a Catholic university in Argentina. There's the University of Creative Arts. So just searching UCA is going to give you some different results. So we're sure to tag things, UCA Bears, Go Bears. We try to localize them so the community can use them. So Conway, Arkansas. For a long time, and still right now, it used to be if you searched Arkansas in GIPHY, you didn't find Razorbacks, you found our school, and let me tell you, our president loved that. Other schools in Arkansas have now caught on, but our GIFs are better. Also, an important thing to remember is rating your GIFs. It has a rating system. I've never really perused our rated GIFs, and nor am I going to make any for the university. But if you do not give your GIF a rating, all of ours are G, it will not show up in search. So easy, right? So that brings us to President Davis, right? You've seen a lot of these GIFs throughout the presentation, and this is our university president, Houston Davis. President Davis is awesome. The students love him. He's with it. He is on social. He's very active on Twitter and Instagram. He goes to Jack White concerts. I think he tweeted live from Bonnaroo. The students absolutely love President Davis. And when we first launched our GIPHY channel, we did an Instagram survey and said, hey, what GIFs would you like to see? And overwhelmingly, the response was, we want to see President Davis GIFs. All right? So I went through the proper channels to go to the president's office and said, hey, can we make some GIFs with you? And he said, you mean GIFs? And I said, no, sir. The proper term is GIF. And he was totally game, right? So in planning for it, what we did is the original idea was to take commonly used GIFs and recreate them with our president. So we have the Brent Rambo, thumbs up, we've got the mic drop, we've got the blank Justin Timberlake stare, and several others. I collected these, put them all on an iPad. When the president came to the studio, I showed him the GIFs. I said, do this, do this. He even came down with a little Post-it note full of GIF reactions he wanted to do. Right? He wanted, believe it or not, he wanted to do like nom 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 nom, eat it up. So he was really excited about it. And this concept worked really well. We did some in the studio, some in his office. He actually, I didn't want to waste his time. He was like, I was like, okay, well, 30 minutes, let's go. And he's like, hey, I got time. You want to do a couple more? I'm like, all right, let's go with it. He was very generous with his time on this. But this actually happened about a week before High Ed Web of last year. So I was creating these GIFs during High Ed Web. I was really excited, like putting them together. So it was about 1 hour in the studio and then about a day's work actually going through the footage and collecting the GIFs. So time spent doing it, not a whole lot, cost us nothing, right, to create these. And then we posted it on and let students know and putting it both on Twitter and Instagram. We asked UCA President Davis to help us make some GIFs for our official GIPHY channel. You have to see this. Visit uca.edu/go/GIFs or search UCA Bears in the GIF search menu now. Reply with your favorite President Davis GIF. And the replies just rolled in. Right? And this is from departments, students, faculty. They all just really loved using them. And quickly, other departments wanted them. So this is our Arkansas Shakespeare Theater. We got the president and his wife to come in and dress in Shakespearean garb purple garb, no less, and make GIFs for some common or some specific Shakespearean quotations. So at the top we have, from the Merchant of Venice, "You speak an infinite deal of nothing." The next one reads, "I am not bound to please thee with my answer," also from the Merchant of Venice. And the last one there is, "Give thy thoughts no tongue," from Hamlet. And it's a really kind of fun, kind of tongue-in-cheek way to be snarky on social media. We've got several more that we did for the Arkansas Shakespeare Theater, and those were really successful and a lot of fun. But the question you are all thinking, but aren't you worried that someone will use these GIFs inappropriately? No. My apologies to President Davis. We thought about that, and the conclusion was, if students want to make fun of the president, they have the tools to do it, right? We have photos. I did this on my iPhone, right? Right? And they have ways that are a million times more sophisticated than that. They can grab a video clip from our website and re-edit that. They can take any photos that we have and use them. So if they want to make fun of it or use these GIFs inappropriately, there are ways for them to do it without us doing that. And by putting something out there and showing that we are wanting to interact on social, and we are giving the president the tools to interact with the students, actually keeps us from having this problem, right? This is why they love him, because he does things like this. I would argue, I don't think this is exactly for everyone. If your president is unpopular or controversial in some certain ways, or not very charismatic, this may not be the right avenue for you, right? I can see it working where it's almost a Tim and Eric sort of awkwardness as funny thing, but I don't think we could get a president to do that. So it even gives the president the tools to interact with students. So a student, it's snowing, cancel school, and she uses the president's GIF. He just replies, "Nope." The GIF, right? I mean, if that is not the kind of engagement you want from a president, I don't know what is. My experience, when I went to college, the only interaction I had with my university president was he was the guy that served Thanksgiving in the cafeteria. He served turkey on Thanksgiving. That was it. That's all. I don't even remember his name, right? Now students can reach out and, I'm glad he's getting this snow day question and not me, right? So that's great, but our president would never agree to this, right? You have other options. Here's a few things from a few other schools here. Texas A&M has used their live mascot for GIFs, which I'm incredibly jealous. I wish we had a live mascot, but we're the Bears, and that would be dangerous. But they have also used their Yell leaders. University of Florida has pulled students. I could look at this GIF all day. It's fantastic. One for Texas State University, they look for campus characters. You have all those kind of, like every school has that lady at that's in the cafeteria line that everybody loves, right? Or that unusual character that's, out on a unicycle on campus every day. This was Bubble Guy. He sat outside the library every day just shouting positive things at people and blowing bubbles. He'd blow bubbles like, "Oh, you look great today. Good luck on your test. Everything is wonderful." So if you can't use your university president, there are other options for you. Also, use B-roll, right? Go take a look at all that leftover footage from promo videos that didn't get used or maybe did get used and repurpose that for GIFs. Throw some text up on it, right? And boom, instant GIF, right? You've got it there. Usually it looks really good. It's shot, with professional equipment rather than a phone. You've got really good use in B-roll for recycled content. And that brings us to GIF stickers, right? up until now, we've been talking about the regular GIFs that we're using on Twitter, in Facebook sometimes, but also GIF stickers are what you can create that students can use on their Instagram stories. They can search for a sticker, put it on their photos. They can do that on TikTok. They can do that on Snapchat as well. And here's a collection of stickers that are just, I love. University of Florida has some, University of Glasgow, University of Central Florida, Texas A&M. I was looking at these. I love the dabbing unicorn. Like, why can't I have a dabbing unicorn? But as I was doing research to get into this project, I was looking at these from these other schools and thinking, these are great, but our graphic design, we don't have an animator, right? Our designers are super, super busy with other projects. I don't know how we're going to do these things. This is great for Texas A&M, but, you know, me, team of one at University of Central Arkansas, how am I going to make this happen? And I thought, recycle, 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 right? Animate pre-existing graphics. So here's a graphic that we have for our 90s themed homecoming. Oh, I'm so old already, right? 90s, it's retro, man. Saved by the Bell. And was able to animate frames. This is just 2 frames, making it shake, right? And repurposing that content. And not only that, now that we're doing that, I can sell that to those smaller accounts that want content from us as a value add. Not only are you getting this from our designer, we're going to make you some social media GIFs. And let me tell you, they eat it up. They love, they're like, can we get a sticker for this? And that gives us an instant sticker library. All of these are repurposed from other projects and just made a simple animation, make it grow, make it shrink. I do all of this in Photoshop. It should be going up in a moment, but I've live tweeted a link to a tutorial video on how to make these. But it's just a simple convert layers to frames and animate in Photoshop. So gave us an instant sticker library. And our most popular one to date, and this was when I made this slide about 2 weeks ago, was at over 8 million views. This was a piece of content I created for our admissions office to encourage students to go sign up for the ACT, and we posted it once on the admissions account, and it went nowhere. But I took that piece of content, turned it into a GIF, and by far, it doesn't even compare to any of our other GIFs. This one gets used a whole lot more. If if you're in the back and can't see it, the Scantron bubbles spell out UCA, and that's by far our most popular GIF. So this happened. I don't know if you know who this woman is. I don't either. I'm sitting at home and I get a Twitter alert and saying, hey, I just saw one of UCA's GIFs on Love Island's Instagram story. I don't know if you watch Love Island. It's some sort of reality show. I think love and an island are involved. And yeah, 80,000 views overnight of one GIF. She used our little sneaker GIF. Now, I have to kind of be honest with myself. Like, what's the value of that? Like, of those 80,000 Love Island fans, and our tiny little, our logo's right there, little bear and the Chuck Taylor, right? How many of them saw that, knew what it was, or went to learn more? Did it get us any students? No, it did not get us any students. But for those handful of students who saw it, who were watching Love Island that night, checking out the Instagram story, and see their school's GIF there, that enhances their experience, right? How cool is that? Especially for a smaller school like ours that doesn't get a lot of recognition, right? You see big schools everywhere, right? You watch a TV show and somebody's wearing a Harvard sweatshirt, and that's great, right? You never see them wear a UCA sweatshirt. They did in the Left Behind movie, but nobody saw that except for Nicolas Cage. But it enhances their experience. So we also make gift stickers for every holiday, as many as we can, and we reuse them, repurpose them. We even we went international with it. We did one for Chinese New Year up at the top. We've got a large population of Chinese students, and that went over really well. But these can be repurposed and reused. And we also try to get, this is a new part that I'm really excited about, of making things a little bit more interactive. So International Pronoun Day is on the 16th, just a couple of days from now. So we created this GIF here, a name badge. The students can use the text tool in Instagram, in Snapchat, to add their own name and pronouns. And right now, I'm looking for more ways to do this. So students can customize these gift stickers as well. One thing I learned after the fact is in order for them to write on it, you can't do layers on Instagram. So I made one and the background was white and I was trying to write my name on it and it wouldn't let me. My name kept going behind the sticker. So you have to use a transparent area where you want people to write. But that worked out really well for us. And I'm really excited about this one to see how our library is doing a program for Pronouns Day, and I made this one specifically for them to use. I'm really looking forward to this one coming out. Quick note about accessibility. This is the biggest drawback behind GIFs. GIFs are not really very accessible. There's no way to add alt text for screen readers yet. I can't imagine why. It seems like it would be a pretty easy fix for GIPHY to do, or Twitter to add some sort of way. If we can do it on photos, why can't we add alt text to GIFs? That said, we do try, whenever possible, to add the alt text in our tweet. So we'll say GIF alt, and then describe what's going on in the GIF. Unfortunately, Twitter, I'm limited on characters, so if it's a really long tweet and I have to choose between GIF alt in there and getting the actual message out there, the GIF alt is not going to be there. So one thing that we're always cognizant of is when we use our GIFs, the message can be understood without the GIF still, right? It's not imperative to the message, so we want to keep it as accessible as possible. So on that note, I want to say thank you. We have time for questions. Please feel free to find me on Twitter. I'm at JSStansel. You can learn more on my blog. These are my shameless plugs at jsstansel.com. And please fill out an evaluation. So thank you for coming. I will open up to questions now.
Just a quick note, the questions and anything audio recorded are part of the live stream as well. So if you're comfortable with having your voice out to the world, take note of that. You can submit it here. I'll ask for you. But just feel free. Yeah, you go ahead and use the microphone.
Come on down.
Hey, so question about the ones that you do for homecoming and that are event specific, not the holiday ones, but year specific. Mm-hmm. Do you keep those up forever, or do you take them down after that event has passed?
If the year is listed on the sticker, yeah, we take it down, because especially homecoming for last year, we had a different GIF, and we don't want people to use the Mardi Gras themed homecoming sticker when we've got the 90s themed home sticker. So we do take it down. One concern is, if you remove something off of Twitter, you get this little blank, this content is no longer available. But generally with Instagram stories, your content is no longer available after 24 hours. So that hasn't come up as an issue either. So thank you. All right, more questions.
Hey, So I was wondering, I'm from Kenyon College, and our founder is called Philander Chase, so our students have set up an unofficial Facebook group called Kenyon Memes for Philandering Teens. And as you can imagine, it's amazing most of the time. It's often very internal to students. So I was just wondering, if students come up with their own, would you ever work with them to add them to your official GIPHY thing, or share back and forth? Or?
Yes, by all means. And in fact, one project that I would like to do is make this a design project for some of our graphic design students, to give them a platform and say, hey, if you want to help and create some GIFs, we'll put the best ones on our GIPHY channel. So far, I haven't seen any student-created GIFs yet. I would love to see that. And also, that's a great way to find student workers, whoever's creating the GIFs, hey, come on board. But I would definitely be open to that if I saw that. So if you see it, yeah, jump on it.
Hello, just a quick question about the functionality of the GIPHY. So, stickers, is it a separate thing you have to specify to be working as a sticker, or is it just the same thing?
Okay, excellent question. So GIPHY automatically recognizes, all stickers will have a transparent background. So when you upload it to GIPHY, it recognizes that there's a transparent background there and automatically sees that as a sticker. So it even separates it too. If you go to our GIPHY page, you can click a GIF button and a sticker button and see both divided.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. Well, last call for questions? No? All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it.